All right, hello. Hello, are we all good? Are we back at it, guys? Can you guys see me? Is everything good? We Gucci? All right, well, that was super weird. Because my internet did not go out in this case. It was just restream, I guess, acting up in that case, guys. But we will be going on along with what we have planned either way by today. All right, guys. So moving on along though, I guess we can start with the showcase that we see right here. So we do have a new hero coming out in the form of Charon, but not just that. We are also getting a new hero in the form of Summer Break Charlotte, guys. Summer Break Charlotte is going to be your guys' summer unit this time around. And more info on her later. And a new side story for Charon, including the Clouded Foresight, which we'll be going over, and a new side story to go along with the Summer Break Charlotte, which is the Finally Summer Break. Which, I mean, yeah, I guess in the States it's a little different for Summer Break, but you know how we do. Moving on along from that, the Book of Memories will be going on through with the Holy Order of the Blue Cross and the Mysterious Island. So that will be going into the Book of Memories alongside the World Arena schedule and some World Arena improvements for that end. And moving on along from this, guys. So the first thing on the table is Charon. She is a Earth Soul Weaver. Alright, guys. And here is her PV.
Identifying which signs lead to the proper future and providing guidance accordingly. That is my duty. Gather round, sweet children. It's time to sate your hunger. The proper future. It appears ever more clearly in my mind.
Charon's ancestors were pilgrims who helped establish Therenhad using their special foresight. While being passed down from generation to generation, this foresight has grown weaker. Charon, however, was born with an extraordinary talent for it, and rose to the position of High Shaman at an early age. Sometime later, a mysterious woman visited the Emperor at his palace. From then on, the Emperor was obsessed with driving the wicked out of Shadow Mountain. Upon foreseeing tragedy, Charon advises the Emperor against this path, but he ignores her advice and never returns. After the mysterious incident of the Emperor's disappearance, almost all the other royals are killed off. This is how Zio, a distant relative to the Therenhad royal family, inherits the throne. Charon feels guilty about not being able to protect the previous emperor. So out of that guilt, she pledges her undying loyalty to the young new emperor, Zio. Charon is a 5-star Earth Elemental Soul Weaver. She has high effectiveness and can increase her effectiveness further through her imprint concentration. Skill 2, Just Trust Me. At the end of an enemy's turn, for each buff granted to the enemy, has a 5% chance to increase the combat readiness of the caster by 20%. At the end of the caster's turn, grants a random buff and a barrier to the ally except for the caster with the highest attack for 1 turn. Random buffs include increased attack, increased critical hit chance, increased critical hit damage, and continuous healing. Barrier strength increases proportional to the caster's max health. Skill 3, May You Perish. Attacks all enemies, decreasing buff durations by 1 turn, before inflicting decreased speed and venom for 2 turns. Increases combat readiness of the caster by 50%. Venom is a debuff that, at the start of the turn, deals damage equivalent to 10% of max health, and inflicts injury proportional to the damage suffered. This effect applies to heroes only. Skill 1, How Fragile. Attacks the enemy with up to 75% chance to inflict venom for 1 turn. After attacking, when the target is inflicted with venom, increases skill cooldowns by 1 turn. When 10 soul is consumed, increases the effect chance to 100%, and inflicts venom for 2 turns. Charon's artifact, Sacred Tree Branch. A sacred object pilgrims use when performing a ceremony. It is said that this object amplifies the bearer's foresight ability and allows them to take a peek at the future's various possibilities. This Soul Weaver exclusive artifact increases effectiveness by up to 30%. After using a basic skill, increases combat readiness of the ally except for the caster with the highest attack by 10%. This artifact's skill effect can only apply to one hero within a team.
Gather round, sweet children.
A noble high shaman who carries out the Emperor's orders. Players will be able to meet Charon in the Drop Ray Up banner starting July 21st. Thank you.
And with that, y'all, we have your Soul Weaver Charon here. So overall, pretty interesting character, I'm not gonna lie. She is on the OK speed, and if you guys are gonna bring her into World Arena, which I know some of you guys will try her out at, for sure, she's gonna be coming with that buff, so it's gonna be a little more soul speed on that end. A little bit interesting working as a Soul Weaver in this case. Little bit the working of her is a little bit different, and the way she works is probably going to be suited differently to how people would think a Soul Weaver would be used in this matter. And this is going to be because of the unique mechanic that she has to her, which is Venom. So at the start of the turn, they receive damage, so similar to any of like the other damaging debuffs such as burn, poison, and the like. And it's equivalent to 10% of the total max health that they have. And with the inflicted, alongside that's inflicted is injury though. So this being good against all those max HP people, just cutting down their health at the start of the turn by 10% and applying all of that damage into injury. So, and then with the soul burn effect of putting that to 100% and making it so that way the venom inflicts for 2 turns. Now do note that after attacking, when the target is inflicted with venom, it increases the skill cooldowns by 1 turn. Meaning that if venom's already on someone, they're going to start increasing their cooldowns by 1 turn every time it happens. And it's going to be pretty interesting to see how that will turn out, just because of the way this unit turn cycles. So moving on to her skill 2 is just Trust Me. At the end of the enemy's turn, for each buff granted to the enemy, has a 5% chance to increase combat readiness of the caster by 20%. So this is at the end of their turn, so meaning that, let's say, like DN buffs, you give out, what, 8 buffs? So 8 times 5, that's a 40% chance to increase the caster combat readiness by 20%. And at the end of the turn, it also grants a random buff and barrier to the ally except for the caster, which is pretty nice overall. The buffs that we see here are increased attack, increased crit chance, increased crit hit damage, and continuous healing. So a lot of pretty good sustainable buffs for that end, especially for bruisers, I feel. And the barrier strength ends up going up whenever you mola it up. So I believe this is pretty interesting because she has 20% combat readiness increase after, like, chance of, after every turn that the enemy's, like, chance taken, right? Meaning that, like, let's say your Rand goes buffs S2, that means it has, like, 40% chance on both his second skill and his third skill to be boosted up by 20% to cut in afterwards. But yeah, it's honestly interesting to see. And then we have May You Perish, which is obviously her big push up here as well. It attacks all enemies, decreasing buff durations by 1 before inflicting decreased speed and venom for 2 turns. In this case, Venom's working the same way as on her skill 1. And the increase of combat readiness of the caster by 50%. So this, I feel like, especially when looking at this unit, is like a huge turn cycling unit that's pretty good against all the buffers, right? Meaning that your DNs, your Conqueror Liliuses who end up going, this unit will be able to push up quite a bit alongside her team and pretty much like helping them for survivability, being able to provide that barrier at the end of her turn as well. So it's pretty interesting overall. Granted, there is no cleanse on her, unlike other Soul Weavers. So we'll see how it'll be used alongside everyone else. But it is pretty good into those buff comps. We have her artifact here, which is Sacred Tree Branch. Increase effectiveness. So I feel like I'm trying to think of like other Soul Weavers that would use this. And I don't think there are many, if not any. But yeah, the CR push on it though is pretty nice because it is 10% boost to the highest attack ally. And that is guaranteed whenever you guys use a basic skill. And with how many times she's going to end up turn cycling, this is pretty nice to see, and I wonder if it'll be used moving forward. But that is the new unit Charon. Let me know what you guys think. To be honest, I think she'll be pretty interesting going forward. And she does introduce a new mechanic, in which obviously they're going to be tweaking around maybe in the future. Who knows? And we'll see how she goes when you guys end up using her and pulling her in the future after this patch update. But moving along from this, though, we do have yeah, like I said, the secret tree branch right here at max will be 30. So just to make sure you guys know that. And we have her new side story alongside a new unit, which is Clouded Foresight. Now, I'll go ahead and read the synopsis here for you. Charon and the royal family visit the summer shrine for the emperor's funeral, who died during the war against the wicked. Since the emperor had not nominated a successor before he passed, the funeral is crowded with successor candidates aiming to sit on the throne. Then, Charon foresees a disastrous incident taking place inside the shrine. So, more on that aspect. You guys are going to be able to check out her new side story, learn more about her. I actually really like her design quite a bit. She is pretty interesting to see. It's more of like, I like that huge like shawl that she has that floats up. But yeah, so more on that as well. So I believe her and Zahak are going to be playing a part in this side story, so make sure to check it out as well if you guys do end up liking Zahak. But yeah, now moving along from this, though, we do have the new side story for finally Summer Break. And that's such an interesting title, especially when saying it out here to you guys. It's kind of weird, but you guys already saw the summer PV for that, in which it features a bunch of characters who are in the summer. You guys already know how these side stories go for summer. I mean, last time we played volleyball, so I wonder what interesting things will happen in this side story. But more information on that when it gets close to the date, or when it comes out next week. But also coming out next week, guys, it is Summer Break Charlotte. So she's not coming out this week, and you guys don't have the preview of her skills as well this week. You guys will be able to see this new limited unit and preview on July 27th. So that is next Wednesday, guys. For you guys who are here, Summer Break Charlotte, you guys will be able to see her skills then. But for now, I guess there's no information on that, but stay tuned for all that information next time when she comes out next week. And guys, the Book of Memories is going to get another entry of a side story under the Holy Order of the Blue Cross and the Mysterious Island. So another side story going on into there, in which you see Hufin on there and the girls going after to find out, I believe, what happened during the festival. It's like, oh no, something went wrong with the festival again. But yeah. But moving on from this, we do have the World Arena Conquest season, and I mean E7WC is this week, guys, so make sure to check that out as well. But the World Arena will be starting up this week as well in the Conquest season. And guys, I know you guys see a Ravi there, and you guys are wondering if it's going to be an a Ravi skin, but I have one thing to tell you guys. Yes, it is going to end up being an A-Ravi skin. So, A-Ravi skin will be coming out after this World Arena season ends. So make sure to get on and get your World Arena if you want to see that A-Ravi skin. We'll be showing it off next time, or not next time, whenever it gets closer, probably toward the end of the season. But at least you guys know that it is going to be APOC Ravi as that skin. And you guys might be wondering what the World Arena changes that we were talking about earlier were. And we have the World Arena victory point deduction period adjustments. So before victory point deduction period for Gold League will be changed from 3 days to 7 days. Note that this is for Gold League, and this means that those of you guys who are buying for Masters, who are kind of like, oh, I hit Masters like 7 days prior, but then I lost a bunch right before the season ended a week in advance. But yeah, so this is also helpful for you guys pushing to masters to get that skin, especially when the Aravi skin is the next skin that's on the board. So more fun there, being able to just pretty much a lot easier to obtain that master. And if you guys are having trouble getting that rank, you know, you guys are able to go ahead and talk up, or I guess look up all the other guides and influences that we are talking about World Arena. So moving on from this though, we do have the drop rate up this week for Araminta alongside Etika's Scepter, and with this banner as well, we do have the drop rate up for Charon. So Charon is coming out this week, guys. This week, you guys are going to be able to pull on her banner and grab Charon and the Sacred Tree Branch. I personally am going to pull on her just because I do love her design, and I think she's a pretty interesting unit. Being a Soul Weaver, getting that extra buff in World Arena, and having that Venom, like, that Venom mechanic is pretty interesting. Just another way to add on injury without actually needing to like damage the unit. Granted, I wonder how it's going to be like with a bunch of barriers and how her turn cycling will be in the end. But moving on from this, we do have the Mystic Summon rotation. You guys all know. Sorry about that. But we have Sylvian, Sage, Vivian. So another interesting unit that is coming out this week as well, Sylvian, Sage, Vivian. It's been a long time since our last ML, and this is going to be the first iteration of a new ML in the last, I believe, like 3 months-ish. So Sylvian, Sage, Vivian's coming out alongside her counterpart right here. Assassin Cartusia as being the 4-star that's alongside her. Make sure, if you guys do think she's interesting, if you guys do like Sylvian, Sage, Vivian, I'm going to be trying to pull for myself. Granted, I don't have a lot of mystics, so I am kind of scared of not being able to grab her. Hopefully, I can grab her, but we will end up seeing. Maybe I'll pull on stream. But yeah. But, guys, after this as well, we do have the coin shop rotation. It'll be rotating out for this time around, for this couple months. It's going to be Sage, Ball, and Sezin as your light representative alongside Mr. Carlos Closer Charles over here for your coin shop rotation. I don't use dudes, but I mean, they're both really annoying units that are pretty relevant. Sage Ball not so much as much as before. Granted, I have been seeing him pop up as units or comps start to lean a little bit toward that 1 DPS comp and protect comp, in which he's just able to put like a hamper on things, whereas Closer Charles is going to be pretty much your go-to for aggressive cleave comps in that aspect for the solo cleaver. And the Covenant version of this is going to be Iseria and Ervalen. But yeah, guys, honestly, pretty interesting stuff. We do have the 2 new unit reveals that we have on board, which is in the form of Charon, alongside that Summer Charlotte, which is going to be experienced next week. And make sure to keep your eyes peeled, as that is a limited unit that is going to be coming out next week in the form of Summer Charlotte. Granted, we won't be having her preview today, and you'll be able to see all her stuff and her kit and everything else next week for that matter. Alongside that, we'll be having the stream as per usual on our Thursday streams, 4 p.m. as usual. We're going to be ending off our tournament that we have, in which people are playing for a smaller prize pool, which random people from chat and Discord were able to sign up for, and then we randomly chose to win $50 on that end. And then we have the big tournament start this week in E7 WC, so make sure to stay tuned for that. But all in all, guys, that is it for today, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you guys again for coming out, and thank you guys for all you guys' support and your time as well here, guys. I really appreciate it. Trust me, guys. And I will see you guys next time. You guys can check us out on all the other SNS. If you guys have anything else you guys want to say or want to let us know for changes that you guys want to see in the future, you guys can always let us know on your other SNS as well for that. And other than that, though, guys, we'll see you guys next time. Your boy Mashuu signing out. Peace.